Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Arslan Talks. Today we have a very special guest with us whose name is Zaid Abbasi, who has been a business consultant for recent years and he has been helping many businesses to accelerate and have a successful start in the business market. So, Zaid, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much for having me, Arsalan. And It's been a pleasure knowing you. I know this interview has been a long due. Apart from the introduction you have made, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on it. So, apart from the business consultancy, so I am actually in one to many ventures as well as a co-founder, and in different aspects of the business industry.
Zaid, how do the people know that they need a business consultant?
A good question. Most of the people they don't know that they need a business consultant until they actually hit a rock bottom or just the stage before it itself as well. So as a business consultant, we are here or we are there to help the business owners as a strategic support in order to identify the gaps and the problems they are currently experiencing in their businesses or have experienced it in the past and have not taken or learned from it. And at the same time, it will be an additional sort of support for the business owners to achieve their aspirations once they have it for their businesses.
So, Zaid, why do you think that products fail in the market?
So that's a very interesting question, and I go through it almost on daily basis. And what I've come across, most of the products, most of the ideas, or the business gets killed by the owners itself, by the idea owners itself, because there are so many unprecedented factors which they did not actually account in on the launch of an idea or thinking of an idea. Let's take for an example, most of the people they're doing 9 to 5 jobs, and they have an idea and they want to go into the lifestyle or they want to launch a business idea or something, they admire the idea of a business owner. But little did they know that have they actually uh, got or squeezed every inch of an experience from their own existing working space. Take it for me when I was working in the commercial department, but I had an idea itself. To make it work, I made myself forced. I forced myself to go and work in other relevant departments as well, such as finance, because it's going to help me financially on my business, operations, and so on itself. So, in a nutshell, if a person does not take in the factor of external or internal stakeholders, products will fail.
So, do you think that people actually become very ambitious when they want to start a startup or business?
See, the excitement of having and owning a business, it's next level. I mean, you cannot take that feeling away from a person itself. Yes, sometimes we actually jump over the facts or jump over the fundamentals or the business foundations, the very business foundation that will actually help you grow, and also keeping in mind that this business is going to provide livelihood to so many other people as well. So if little bit of the details are missed out during those, I would say, overly ambitious ideas, business could fail. Here we come in or here I actually, as a business consultant, come in to make sure that all the departments are aligned and focused towards, I would say, objective oriented growth.
Given that I have an idea, so at what stage would I need you as a business consultant?
The sooner the better. I mean, for every businesses, you might need a business consultant to study the market size. You would need them also to develop a go-to-market strategy after the launch of the business itself as well, or after the launch of the idea itself. How would I actually take this product and sell it out there? Um, Maybe in the middle itself, maybe you have put in aspirations in the beginning of the business, and then somewhere down the line you are unable to achieve those aspirations or those goals or those objectives. So here we come in, we pan out, we look at the organization from a bird's eye point of view and see where are the missing links. and how we can mitigate them. It could be mitigated just by channelizing the internal or existential resources in a much more efficient way, or you need help from an external party itself, and we would recommend you to do that.
So, an interesting question came to my mind that what if I have a business idea, but I don't have a team? So, how would you help me in that?
Well, you know what? I encourage everybody to have a business idea as long as you're in shell, especially in a corporate shell or a job shell itself as well. It's very hard for a person to expand. However, let me ask you a question in return. What kind of business idea would you like us to engage with?
Let's say it would be more of a digital application, some mobile application
So let's take
based
it.
product. Yeah.
So let's take it as a mobile application, which is quite trendy nowadays itself as well. So just for humor me and then try to entertain my question, how much would it take you to develop an application and get it into the market?
I would say like maybe 6 to 8 months.
So, I mean, the business capability for the people who are working with me or for the clients or my clients itself. So, the program is very simple that we want to launch from idea to launch within the matter of 10 days, which should cover the basic functionality of your application, of the service which you want to perform digitally. At the same time, having some sort of bare minimum resources that will help you to launch the business. And at the same time, not spending too much on the business idea, whether knowing like if it's going to be launching positively in the market or if you're going to be learning. I'm not going to say failing, no, because every failing curve or every curve, a down drop curve is a learning curve for a business owner to get up stronger, to work on those improvements needed, and to target the audience much in a much better way.
You told me that you helped the party to bring the business into the market within 10 days. So, what sort of tricks that you share with them?
So the basic methodology over here is from ideation or ideation to launch itself. So within 10 days. The belief is that as more as you're going to be working on your idea to making it perfect, maybe you're not even addressing the need of the market. So my strategy is to develop the need or develop the solution based on the market need. Yes, launch with the basic features. You can do a sort of an MVP and not necessarily like take for instance, you said you want to launch a digital application, right? So I mean for that reason you would need CTOs, you would need back-end developers, front-end developers, UI and UX and God knows, the list goes on itself as well. But there are some technologies that can help you to develop in less than 2 to 3 days a fully functional app, which is a low code technology. At the same time, you don't have to go and purchase high end financial softwares as well in order to back up your financial processings for your application. So there are so many third parties itself as well that can help you to run bare minimum features of your digital applications without putting a dent in your pocket. So the idea over here is MVP. Develop MVP of your idea, launch it in the market, and get a response.
What if a person has an idea but he does not has the capital? So, how would you help him and advise? What advice would you give to him?
So not necessarily. I mean, the solutions my clients are, I mean, whom I'm working with, they don't need big capital to launch an idea. The common misconception is for a person who hasn't done business in the market before, it's like you need tons of thousands or millions of amount to launch a business idea. No, you don't need that. You can actually start with a smaller scale, whatever your pocket allows you to do, even though if there is a need and then you cannot cover that capital need. So as a business consultant, we would actually recommend that idea as well to some investment parties which would be interested in accelerating or enabling that idea, given that you have that potential. Your idea has the potential to go into the market and then be successful out there. But here's the message out there: don't let the capital be a sort of restriction to not launch your business or something like that. The first and the foremost thing required by any business owner or any founder or any entrepreneur is commitment and consistency.
Another important question that comes to my mind is that those people who are really afraid to start a business, because for some people it's a very humongous thing to start a business. They might be afraid of many things. Young people coming in, they can be university graduates. They are either the university those people who are still studying in the university. So, what advice would you give to them?
See, I mean, I can understand their fear. Why? Because I mean, the fear of failure, the fear of actually having a job and then you know not getting a steady income. So maybe when you step into the business lane, um, it's very sort of slim chances that the success rate is not that much high. However, you need to understand this thing that you have to take risks, you have to take chances in your life in order to succeed. So most people think like, okay, make sure, if something goes south, there is something to fall back on. When I started, everybody started saying that, what job is the safety net and everything. But here's the question I wanted to ask. What's on the other side of the line itself? So I prefer to fall forward because that way I will actually learn more towards business. Um, you have to take chances, you have to take risks, and you have, at the end of the day, results don't matter until unless you're consistent and you're committed to that one goal of achieving that aspiration which you had once. And at the same time, if for some reason there is a failure you stumbled upon, just make it as a learning curve. Just make it as a one step closer to success.